Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Vista Ventures. I'm Caleb, and thanks for joining me. Today I'm up in Spruce State Forest, and I'm just going to be doing a real simple 25-mile loop here, just a weekend trip. Kind of right at the edge of, I think, Spruce State Forest and the Tydacton State Forest. So I'm just going to be using two linking trails that connect sections of the Susquehannock Trail System, the STS, and the Black Forest Trail. I've done the Black Forest Trail numerous times, and I'm really looking forward to just kind of getting out on a nice leisurely hike this weekend and not pushing it too hard. It's about 32 degrees here this morning, so definitely a little crisp, and the foliage is still turned and really beautiful here. So let's get on the trail and get warmed up. So I started out on this Lebo trail here, which is blazed red. Basically just walk right up this people's driveway down there, which I wasn't a big fan of, but then it just cuts off to the left as soon as you get to their cabin there. Come up here to a connection with this yellow blazed trail, which is not on the map. And I was at a parking area here just a little bit earlier this morning that this yellow blazed trail runs into. I believe it's just off of Robinson Road. I'll show you on the map there. And there was a bunch of dead trees and stuff kind of standing there, so I didn't really want to park my truck there. So there was a pull off down here on this Fork Hill Road. So I ended up parking down here and then just starting out on this Lebo trail, which I believe that I'm still on here. Now we kind of got this multi-use trail blaze here. I believe I'll go up here just a little ways, and then I cut off to the left onto a big spring trail. And I basically follow that up to the STS. Alright, well, I've got my bearings figured out here this morning. Everything was good so far. Just kind of followed that trail up, and then there was two trails that jutted off to the left and right. We're just staying straight, just like the map showed. So I'm definitely on this big spring trail, so that's good. Looks like I'm going to be on here for about a mile or so. Then it looks like I run into a dirt road and then just cut off to the left and charge up over the hill. And then that's where I'll connect with the STS. Then I think I'm up there on the STS for 2 miles or so. And then I cut off to the right, and then there's a couple other smaller trails that look like they follow old logging grades or something. I think it's like an 8.5 mile section of linking trails there that'll take me over to the Black Forest Trail. Just kind of following up this hollow here. I have crossed this stream here off to my left several times so far, but fortunately it's been quite dry this fall, so it's been pretty easy just to walk straight across. So far on this big spring trail, I've been following a combination of yellow, red, and then these blue circle blazes here. From the research I did before I come up, I believe that the blue circles are what this trail used to be blazed in, but it looks like since the information I had was published, they've been going back through and reblazed it yellow or something. Well, it is a beautiful, crisp fall morning out here. Bunch of leaves falling. Old man winter is definitely just around the turn. My gear loadout for this trip isn't too bad. Got 26 pounds total with everything that I'm carrying, food, water, and all, which isn't too bad. Also looking forward to on this trip trying out my Dan Durson X-Mid 1P tent. This will be the first time I've had a tent out in years, so I'm just really interested to try this out, just kind of see how this goes. Right here's the first little campsite I've seen on this Big Spring Trail so far. Now, there were a couple spots you could have made a stealth site, but this is the first established campsite I've seen, which is a pretty nice spot. All kinds of room for tents in there, and you could certainly make some hammock action work up in here with these trees. Alright, just made it up here to this Big Springs Road. I'm clearly messing up. Look at this. Real nice car camping spot. Got chairs, all kinds of split wood over there. Be a real nice spot to just drive in and camp. But right up here somewhere, I'm going to cut off to the left and go charging up this hill, which hopefully won't be too bad, but I'm kind of looking forward to it because it is quite cold out here this morning. My goodness. Here we go. Wildcat Trail. Alright, I made it up here onto this road, which is not shown on the map, which is always nice. So there's this Rattlesnake Trail here. So I guess I'm going to follow this out here a little piece and see what happens. I should be connecting up with the STS here directly. So hopefully it's just out here a few hundred yards in the woods. Alright, no reason to fret, fortunately. Just as I suspected. Couple hundred yards and ran right here into the STS. I kept seeing, I can't see very good on that tree, but there's those light blue circles. We're still there, which is what that southern linking trail used to be blazed as, so figured I was in good shape. So now I'm on the STS for a few miles, and I'm going to enjoy a little bit more level hiking and some sunshine. Mile 34 on the STS. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that the STS had mileage markers. Always a big fan whenever trails have mileage markers, which makes it real easy to see how far you've gone. You can tell whoever cut this log off the trail is definitely a hiker. Look at that, just making a bench. Hats off to everybody that sees fit to make benches and stools and stuff out here from the logs they cut off the trail. Just makes it so much nicer if you want to take a break to sit down. Alright, just popping out on this road again for the second time. As soon as you do, you want to make a right, and right up here is the junction with the Big Spring Ridge Trail. So that's the trail we're going to go on next. Right here's where the trail splits. The STS continues on that way, off to the left, and the Big Springs Ridge Trail goes this way. Also known as the North Link Trail, which is just kind of the, I think the common name for a bunch of these smaller little trails up in this area that connect to the STS and the Black Forest. You can see right there it calls out 8.5 miles. And then we'll be back on the Black Forest. It's shortly before 12:30. I just stopped here to have some lunch. I was starting to get pretty dang hungry. Found this nice log here right along the trail. Just kind of stop and sit at for a while. It's still a little chilly out with you know, when you're stopped, but hiking it's great temperature. I think I got about 6 or 7 miles left on these kind of side trails until I hook back up with the Black Forest. I'm really looking forward to camping along, I think it's the county line branch section of the Black Forest. There's been some awesome campsites that I've noticed along there the past 2 times I did the Black Forest Trail in its entirety, but it just never worked out mileage-wise for me, so I'm really looking forward to a nice campsite along the county line branch tonight on the Black Forest. This Big Spring Ridge Trail has been some really nice walking so far. It's just basically this old logging grade or whatever, just kind of loops around this ridge. Just been really nice and scenic, just being able to kind of look down from this road down into these hollows with all the foliage and everything is really beautiful. Alright, just popped out onto this gas line. There's a road right here. I believe this trail that I'm on continues straight, probably right up through there. But the trail I want to go on, I believe, is down this road about 100 yards. I think I see on that telephone pole up there a turn marked in red, and there's a red blaze on that tree. Alright, I'm just kind of getting started out on this trail here. Gotta say, overall I'm pretty disappointed in it so far. As you can see, this is just all clear cut here to my left, so that's kind of a bummer, but to the right over here is still pretty nice. I think I could have just hiked up that road back there and just kind of cut this section of trail off, but my trip's not that long to start out with, so might as well do the extra mile or so it's going to be to do this section. At least I've still got some scenery to look at here to my right. This is much nicer now. Kind of left that clear cut behind us. So this continues on. It'll make this little loop worth doing. Here, you guys are going to enjoy this. So I'm just barreling down the trail and run across this like a podium looking thing. I'm like, what is this? So I'm over here looking at it, checking it out. It's like, well, I wonder. So I flip it up, and here, sure enough, it's a trail register. Never seen one like this before. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna check out the people signed in here, sign in myself, and we'll just keep on hammering down the trail. Alright, I just popped out onto this road, which doesn't really appear to be listed on the map either, but as near as I can tell, if you guys are going to be able to see this, if I move over here to the Google Maps, I'm right there, and then there's a little stream there off to the right. I noticed there was a road down here while I was hiking out this trail, and I come back here to the map. It looks like that stream there. This Spruce Trail is the one that I'm gunning for. So I reckon I'm just going to walk down this road until I hit this other hard road, and then just kind of backtrack a little bit, unless there's some other trail that juts off here to the left, I guess to the right rather. But we'll just kind of see how this goes. Just see confirmation that we are certainly going the right way. I'll zoom in over here. See, there's a yellow arrow and plate on that tree over there, signifying that we're still on this North Link Trail. So yeah, it just kind of looked like on the map that the trail that I was on just connected right up with it, but now you kind of pop out on this road and then just kind of walk out here a little piece and then cut off to the right. I mean, it is blazed the whole way, just didn't quite look like that on the map, which made me question if I was going the right way, but fortunately we are still on trail. Yeah, whenever you get out to this, I guess, Big Springs Road here, just kind of cut off to the right, just go down here a little piece. Alright, a small correction, this is Lebo Road. But yeah, you just kind of come out, hang a right, and then as soon as you get to this main road, hang another right, just started heading back kind of the way we came. So we were just right over there where that power line, telephone wire, whatever, comes down. And then I just happened to look over here from up there and see that yellow plate and arrow there. Sadly, there wasn't any signage back there at the beginning of that road, so if I hadn't seen that plate from that power line right there, I'd have been probably pretty confused, but no big deal. Fortunately, I spied it. So yeah, just head down this road a little ways, and I think I'm going to cut off to the left on looks like Spruce Trail. And here we go, sure enough. After a short little road walk there, now on to Spruce Trail, which so far certainly looks adequately named. All right, that's the end of the Spruce Trail. That was pretty nice. It's a really neat section of trail here. These big old hemlocks. Really hoping to be camping somewhere real similar to this tonight. Alright, just popped out of the woods onto another dirt road here. There's a real nice little kind of car camping area here. Picnic table, fire ring, a little bit of firewood already there. Real nice. This would be a great spot for lunch. And I guess in a pinch, you could make this work as a campsite, but obviously you got this road right here you'd have to contend with. So I'm just staying on this road right now. And this is the third one of these that I've come across in about 300 yards. And it occurred to me what this is. This isn't like car camping or nothing. This is for horse camping. Right there's where you'd tie your horses off. So that's pretty cool. Got a bunch of these right in here. It says that's number 8. Number 7 was back there, so stands to reason there's at least 8 of these. That's pretty cool. Never seen anything like that out here. Alright, I am turning off to the right here. Just to give you guys some clarity. On the map, where these like horse camps and stuff are at, it is not counting this as a road. I was pretty well baffled as to what the heck was going on back there. But it doesn't show that as a road on there. So I thought that road was in fact this road right here. So I was well and truly baffled as to what the heck was going on. So here's this cow deer, whatever you want to say, trail that I was looking for, and was baffled as to where it was back there. But knowing that it wasn't counting that horse track as a trail, it's not shown on the map at all. Now that makes me feel a lot more warm and fuzzy inside. But we were headed the right direction. That's the end of that. Yep, right there's the sign. Awesome. Oh, and there's the first orange blaze of the Black Forest. Feels good to be back on here. Alright, I think I got a mile, 2 miles, something like that to where I want to camp. So hopefully crossing this stream ain't going to be too bad. See how she goes. First nice campsite I've seen on the Black Forest here from where we joined up from that North Link Trail. Certainly make both tents and hammocks work in here. And County Line Branch is right over there. So you'd have water here as well. Just out here from Camp County Line is a high water route sign saying use this road and follow it out to the Deshay Trail if we got high water. Fortunately, we've got the opposite of that. It's been pretty dry. So far, getting across this County Line Branch has been pretty easy. So here's to hoping that continues. Another small little campsite across County Line Branch here. It's pretty small, fit a couple tents in there. Looks like you could maybe make some hammocks work in there. This entire section of the Black Forest Trail down along this County Line Branch is just loaded with campsites. Another nice campsite along here. Got 2 fire rings, in case you want to really get carried away, I guess. I'm still motoring down the trail here. Alright, made her to camp. I gotta say, this is certainly not where I was planning on camping, but that's just kind of how it worked out. I made it the whole way down here to where the Black Forest turns and heads up over this hill to a couple of vistas up there. I thought I was going to camp at this really nice spot in the hemlocks, but apparently it must have been before the intersection when we cut out onto the Black Forest here. I thought for sure that it was down here a ways, but apparently I was wrong, so no big deal. I got some more mileage out of the way that I wasn't expecting. Real nice spot here. Nice and open. And there's even a few other spots down there, but there's nobody here, so I got the whole place to myself. So I'm going to get some water filtered and drink some, because I only drank 2 liters today, which was not enough. Alrighty folks, you're going to get to see me set up a tent for the first time ever on Vista Ventures. So enjoy. Well, there she is, all set up. Seems like a pretty solid setup. This is the Dan Durston X-Mid 1P. This will be my first night out in it. Heard some good things about it. I've got a first looks video that kind of just goes over all the features and stuff if you want to check that out. Get some more in-depth information about this tent, but this will be my first night in it, so we'll just kind of see how this goes. I also got a new sleep pad. This is the Nemo Tensor regular wide, the insulated sleep pad, so we'll see how it sleeps. It's pretty wide. I think a normal sleep pad's like 20 inches, so this is 25. So this fills out the inside of this tent quite well. And I just kind of needed the wider sleep pad for my shoulders and everything are just a little bit too wide for a regular one. So heard good things about that sleep pad, so we'll just kind of see how things go. I'm kind of excited to just try something new. Alright, before it gets too dark, tonight on the menu I've got some Mediterranean couscous and then just a salmon pack, lemon and chive. So I'm pretty excited about that. I did get a small little jag of firewood here. I wasn't sure if I was going to have a little small fire or not, but I had the time, so I went ahead and cut some wood there. So I got a little bit. Since it gets dark so early, might as well watch some outdoor TV. Alrighty guys, the fire's dying down. I'm getting ready to crawl in the tent for my first night of tent sleeping in what seems like forever. So pretty excited about that. I'm pretty tired. Had to get up pretty early to drive up here this morning. Overall, I'd say today was a great day. A couple of those trails were a little bit difficult to navigate this morning just on account of them not having a couple of the roads marked on the map, but other than that they were blazed really well and everything, so no issues. I'm really excited for tomorrow. It looks like I got about 8 miles to do, which won't be too bad, and then I know there's a couple of vistas to start out the morning with, so I'm really looking forward to that. So with that guys, good night. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning everybody. It's about 7:30. Slept pretty good last night. Wasn't too bad. So I'm pretty pleased with how the tent and sleeping pad and everything performed. I think I got down to the upper 30s last night. Coming out here this morning wasn't too bad, especially since I got the fire going again. So I think I got about 8 miles out this morning, which shouldn't be too bad. Starting the morning off with a pretty decent ascent, so that'll certainly get me warmed up, and I'm looking forward to. I know there's a couple of vistas here right off the bat, so with the morning foliage and everything, it should look really beautiful. Well, I'm real glad I chose to camp where I did last night. The next campsite that was available up here, once I got up on top, there was a group of folks there. Now, it was big enough I could have certainly squeezed in, but didn't want to, glad I didn't have to impose on them. And I'm just kind of in this big old rhododendron tunnel, getting up to the top of this real small climb here. And here in just a few minutes, I believe, I'll be getting out to those nice vistas, which I am really looking forward to. Made it out here to the barren section of the Black Forest. And this line of vistas, I think there's 4 or 5 through here. Beautiful way to start the morning. After those last vistas back there, come out onto this real high-speed section of trail. Real level, wide open. I mean, there is a dry campsite right here. It's not too spectacular, but in a pinch, you can make it work. Alright, right in here is the last campsite, I believe, that I'm going to come to today on the Black Forest. This is a pretty nice camp here. Plenty of opportunity for both tents and hammocks. Guess if I would have really got on my horse yesterday and started out nice and early, I could have probably made it here, but no matter. We're winding down the last few miles. I think I only got maybe a mile left on the Black Forest section before I jump off onto that South Link Trail. And then this campsite also has a water source right here. Kind of forgot about this little shack here along the trail. I don't remember what the story is with this, but it has been here for quite some time. Well, alrighty, boys and girls, made it to the Jettison Point from the Black Forest. Here's the South Link Trail. So I'm just going to be following that down to, I believe that's Baldwin Run. And just following that the whole way back to where we started yesterday. Well, this is a beautiful little hollow down in here on this South Link Trail, but you really gotta watch your footing. This trail doesn't look like it sees much use. It's blazed really well, but with all the leaves and stuff that have fallen, it's really hard to see what's under your feet. There's lots of rocks and stuff, so it's just kind of some slow going through here. There's a sight for sore eyes. Finally made her back down to the road. I gotta say that section of the South Link Trail was a little frustrating. Just with all the leaves and rocks and everything, just ended up rolling my ankle a bunch, but no matter. We made it through. I think I got about a half mile left. Now it's not real obvious here what to do, but once you come out onto this road, at least where I'm parked, you could either go left and then just walk the road down, or if you go to the right here and then just come down here right across this bridge, trail continues to the left. Right, here's the trail off to the left, right across from that bridge. And right in here is what's labeled a parking area on the map. I was in here yesterday with the truck and I just kind of saw a lot of dead trees in here. So I ended up parking down about a half mile down the road at this other pull off, but know that this is an option here if you wanted to park here. Alrighty guys, that about wraps this one up. Got about a half a mile left here. Looks to be some nice level hiking, which is always nice to end a trip on. This was definitely a real nice weekend loop. I would highly recommend it. My first trip out with the new tent, sleep pad. That all went well. That's always a bonus. So for now, I'm going to pound out this last half mile and go find me a buffalo chicken sandwich. If you guys have any questions about this trail, please let me know. And I'll be sure to throw a picture of the map I used and all the trails I used at the end of this video for your reference. So as always guys, get outdoors, have fun, and embrace the uphill. Until next time, this is Vista Ventures.